Hey guys, this is Andres Smirnov with the Fast Lane Truck and
Camp with MrTruck.com in the Winter Wonderland.
Yep, of the Rocky Mountains. This is the 2017 Gold Hitch Awards, and this is the half-ton class. You see two competitors behind us. We're gonna run all the trucks on the Ike Gauntlet.
You betcha, up that Ike Gauntlet. We're up here in the high country, one of the toughest tests there is.
And it's actually stopped snowing for once. They're removing snow here, but this is an extreme environment. This is the world's toughest truck test coming up right now. Here we have the 2017 Ford F-150 with the second generation, all new, 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. The displacement is the same as the previous years, but this engine's been completely reworked. It has port and direct injection. It now produces 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque at 3,500 RPM. This is class-leading torque for half-ton trucks. It's backed up by an all-new 10-speed.
The test trailer we're using today for this Ford F-150 2017 is a CM Cargo Mate. It's 20 feet long, 8 feet wide. We've got it loaded up to 9,000 pounds with water totes inside. Now this Ford has the max towing package, which goes to 11,500.
Hey Kent, why are we not towing 11,500 pounds?
Well, we're doing an apples-to-apples comparison on all the half tons. We're going to keep 9,000 pounds across the board, so they're all pulling the same thing. That's how we're going to judge them.
We're going to do a super hike in the summer.
Yes. As always, we measured the squat on this F-150, and it only squatted 1.5 inches. That's pretty good with a 950-pound tongue weight. And then, of course, we put the Gen Y weight distributed hitch on it, and that raised it up, leveled it out, and that's how we have the trailer set up, just right for towing.
We had an exciting moment in the tunnel. We're in the Eisenhower Tunnel, up on top of the world, Rocky Mountains, over 11,000 feet of sea level, and there was a broken down RV inside the tunnel.
Yes, yeah.
That got my heart racing because he was blocking a lane, and there's heavy traffic.
And there's no place to go.
No place to go in the tunnel.
Crash the guy next to you.
Are you at 50? So let's explain what we're doing on the downhill, okay? So we are at the top of the world of the Ike Gauntlet, top of the Ike Gauntlet. We're going down, and we have tow haul mode on.
There's one.
One brake application. We're counting brake applications. Total points for the downhill portion is 25. Every time we hit the brakes, it's -1 point. At the end of this run, we're gonna total all of our points to come up with a number.
Right.
But the way we're doing it, we're coming out of the tunnel at 50 miles an hour.
Yep.
Then, naturally down the hill, we'll let the truck go to 60, and when it hits 60, we apply brakes.
Now this is at 10 speed.
Yep.
So this should grade shift better than anything we've done just because of the amount of gears holding the RPMs up at 355 rear end. I'm really tickled to see that.
Yeah.
Ford's been pushing at 331 for fuel mileage, and that's mostly what we've driven so far. So this should be really good for this.
The result on the downhill with the 2017 F-150 with the 10-speed is 10 brake applications.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised about because usually Fords are really good on the downhill.
Yeah, they're usually one of the better grade shifting. GM and Ford usually are at the top on grade shifting at highway speeds instead of grade shifting at puddle speeds.
Yeah. This is the platinum trim level for the F-150, and it comes loaded with a lot of useful features, especially for towing. 355 rear-end ratio, max trailering package, these wonderful large towing mirrors with spotlights and marker lights. The price on this model, as tested before discounts, is $63,950. In general, I'm very happy with the way the 2017 F-150 tows, except for the placement of the chain hooks, which are a little bit further than other trucks, and we had to use extensions to hook up the chains. Ike Gauntlet, here we come.
Start, huh?
So here's started the timer. Which gear are you in now?
I am in 5th gear.
5th? So you were in 6th and now 5th?
Yes. So we're climbing up a bit. Yeah.
How's the transmission doing?
Well, it's doing well. I mean, yeah, everybody talks about, oh, this is going to shift too much. Well, you don't even feel it shift. You got to actually be looking at it to know that it did shift.
Yes.
And it's doing it very seamlessly, and and we're in tow haul mode, so it should go through each gear as it needs it. Where if we were in without tow haul mode, it'll jump a few gears to wherever it needs to be. But no, it's really hard to hold it right at 60. It wants to go faster or slower. Now we're going to give it a little more power.
Okay.
It's trying to go slower.
So the grade is increasing. We're at high elevation. This is the world's toughest truck test.
I believe it.
We're using the same scoring system for the Ike Gauntlet for 2017 as we did in the 2016 runs.
Right.
It's out of 100 points, and the uphill section is actually, there's several things going on. We're timing the run. We're looking at the MPGs according to the computer.
Yes.
And each one of those is worth 25 maximum points. The 2017 Gold Hitch Awards are in full swing, and we're also selling the shirt.
Oh yes, Rocky Mountain certified.
Yep, you can click above for a link to Teespring to get the shirt. It comes in long sleeve, a hoodie, or a t-shirt. We appreciate your support as always. The reason why Ford did the transmission is because of fuel economy, right?
Right. They want to, put higher axle ratios in them, so all that works together. And the first gear is low on this, and so you got great starting power. And with 355, this is a very good towing ratio.
Let's be quiet for just a few seconds here and see what the sound gauge says. .8. That's actually pretty quiet.
That's very quiet
for this hill.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was giving it some throttle runs through there too. No, that's very good.
The F-150 has a lot of tricks up its sleeve, including remote-controlled tailgate. Yes, I did test it. It's not going to hit the trailer. For 2017, we're doing the Ike Gauntlet runs with all the trucks, but we're also going to get highway MPG numbers, and that's also going to count for the Gold Hitch Awards when we make our final decisions.
Right. We got a lot more numbers to calculate into this.
Yep, and we have all this data from all our previous testing in our new book, Truck Nuts, TFL Truck Guide to Pickup Trucks.
That's true. In that book, you can see how we test this, because we're using the same criteria.
Yeah.
You can follow along with us in the book. That's a great idea. We're not swaying, we're not bucking a whole lot. I mean, we had some bad grooves in this road.
Last year we tested a 2016 5-liter V8
Yes.
F-150, and that ran the hill in 8 minutes and 12 seconds at 3.8 mpgs.
And what was the size of the trailer we used on that one?
We used the same trailer weight, but a different trailer.
Okay.
So we can compare completely apples to apples.
Yeah.
At least the weight was the same.
Yeah.
But we used a V-nose trailer last year,
Okay.
which was more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
So this test is even harder. We're coming up to the lights at the top of the tunnel.
Oh, we are. That was fast. Okay, Semi, you got to give me a little bit of room.
A little bit of room here. It's really narrow.
Yeah.
So at the lights, I'm gonna stop the timer now.
Okay.
Check it out. 8 minutes and 2 seconds.
Now, the interesting thing about this, any place on that hill with these 10 speeds and this power, I could have accelerated. Usually you can't do that. Usually you get toward the top, you're out of it. You're slowing down.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have, if I would have set this cruise control, it would have been 60 all the way. But I fluctuated a little bit. But that's very interesting when you at any time can pass somebody.
Okay, let's come up with a score for the F-150. To summarize, we had 10 brake applications on the way down. That's 15 points. 8 minutes, 2 seconds on the way up. Almost a perfect score. Basically a perfect score of 25. 3.5 mpgs on the way up. That's worth 12 points. Each one of us get 25 points for the subjective part. What is your score?
Going up the hill is perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for any better. I mean, 60 all the way. If I would have had it on cruise control, it would have stayed there, and I could accelerate any time. Handling was great. I don't know what else you could do to make this a perfect uphill run. Downhill run, I was disappointed. All the math says it should brake easily. I had to give it a score of 18.
Okay.
I wanted to go higher, but the braking thing pulled me back.
So here's where I am. I agree with you. I was a bit disappointed on the downhill portion. Overall, stable truck, but it is stable. I'm going to go higher at 22 points. So the average of yours and my subjective scores is 20. So when I add everything up, we are at 72 points for the 2017 F-150. We're going to be testing the Nissan Titan, also a Chevy Silverado, and a lot of other half-ton trucks, mid-size and heavy duties for the 2017 Gold Hitch Awards. Go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews, and
MrTruck.com. We're doing a lot of truck tests.